You can see there is still a significant amount of water over some of these streets in Golden Glen. Just take a look at the mailboxes and the stop signs behind it. That kind of gives you an idea of how much water is sitting here in Golden Glen. Now, in other parts of Mandeville, homes, apartments, and businesses are starting to dry out a little more than what we're seeing here. But check out this video from earlier this morning. You can see the Cypress Lake Apartments off North Causeway Approach, where tenants had to evacuate their homes in this morning's torrential rain. One resident says some of her neighbors took on 4 inches of water in their apartments. Cars stranded in the parking lot took in water too. And Avala Hospital is just down the street, and water didn't get inside, but it did cover the parking lot, and the hospital had to resort to a makeshift valet system to keep patients and employees moving through the facility. Neighbors and workers say this area near Mandeville has taken on water in the past, but today's flooding is eye-opening.
It's really sad. I mean, my heart breaks for everybody in here, you know. It's a sad way to get to know your neighbors.
So I've been at this facility going on 20 years, and today was the worst. I've been here 20 years, and there was nothing like this.
We were back in that area just about an hour ago. Water has receded, thankfully, so they are now starting to clean up. Now, businesses a little closer to Old Mandeville also took in water, including the fire station on Girard Street. And we talked to some other business owners over near Florida Street who say they haven't taken in water like they did today in about 20 years. Sherri Hansen was flooded with emotions as she stepped foot onto the soaked floors of her business.
This facility means the world to us. We worked so hard to get to this point, and 5 years ago finally made it happen and kind of realized our dream. And all of that changed this morning in the matter of 30 minutes.
She owns a Mandeville cooking spot called Culinary Kids.
Every step I took, I'm adding more dollars into my head. And since we're not in a flood zone, we have no flood insurance.
And the water's just getting up further and further up there.
Employees Kendall Jordan and Isabella St. Pierre were setting up for summer camp when water began pouring in Tuesday morning.
I thought like a toilet was overflowing or something because it didn't really occur to me that the building could actually be flooding.
Culinary Kids is just blocks from Saya's Meat Market and Mandeville Bake Shop.
By 9 o'clock, it rose so fast it came in.
Both of those businesses off Highway 190 took in water too.
And the water just kept coming and coming.
They're open after cleaning up. But Hansen worries her damage is more severe.
It's going to be several weeks of work, which means shutting down the business, which we truly cannot afford at this point, trying to survive post-COVID economy.
It's very hard to realize that we might not have work for a minute.
She never sees parts of Mandeville flood like this.
It could have been prevented. Our leadership needs to look closer at drainage issues and construction issues in our city because this is happening more and more often.
But what's more overwhelming than the task ahead is the response to help.
I am so sorry, my love.
And I'm really, really, really humbled by this because our place is filled with folks. I have neighbors, we have customers that have come in.
Thank you, my love.
Hoping to reopen as soon as possible.
All the help that we have, all this community we have behind us, we can definitely do it.
St. Tammany Parish President Mike Cooper released a statement in response to all this flooding. He said that the drainage systems were working at full capacity, but events like this show a need for a more comprehensive approach towards draining in the Mandeville area. He plans to work with agencies to see what improvements can possibly be made. In Mandeville, Erica Ferrando, Eyewitness News.